we are. There we are. Yeah. Let's go right here and fix something. Let's go to this one. We'll fix this. Like so. That. There we are. Let us see if anybody wants to come chit chat with us. Let's fix this. And there we go. Turn that off. And let's see the chat. And let's see the chat. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie artichokey. Anybody here with me? There's somebody here besides me. Let's see. There we go. Say howdy, howdy. So, last time we did a hangout, I had mentioned that I wanted y'all to send me pictures of things that might be hard to craft with. And I got a text message from Angie, and she had sent me some pictures of some things, well, a list of things that might be hard to craft with. And it was clothespins, egg cartons, and coffee filters. And so I made me a list of some things that I thought would be fun to do with some of those. So, of course, you know me, I've got to practice. So hi Sharon, this afternoon I practiced with some of my little clothespins, and I made an angel. She's an angel. See, she's got a halo, and she's a fairy. She's got a little fairy cap on, and she's a fairy. So I made those out of old-fashioned clothespins, like the peg kind of pins. I'm sorry, peg kind of pins. So anyway, but I wanted to show you. I want to see if I can find it. I wanted to show you if I can find it. And look, I used I used coffee filters for their little wings. That one there is a little felt flower, and I thought it would be pretty since she was going to be a fairy. So I want to see if I can find this. Um, yeah, this right here. So I actually had seen somebody make this just recently, and it is super cute. Now I did not do one like this. Okay, so look here. They've made and taken apart clothespins and glued them like this, and then laid them out in a different pattern to make the wings, and then they made the bodies out of clothespins. Isn't that cute? Those little dragonflies. But I did make a dragonfly out of one that I had put together like this, and I made the wings out of plastic and I decorated them. Gave her a little some green eyes. She needs some little antennae, don't she? She needs some little antennae. Anyway, yeah, I made that one out of that. So this is, let me see if I can find that piece that I used. Did I do there it is. So this is a a hard plastic cover, like document cover. And so I cut a great big wing out and then I shrinky dinked it. Hi, woman with the weenie. How are you, honey? So anyway, so that is some of the things that I made with the clothespins. And I do still have one more clothespin, and I have some of these that we've not taken apart. Coffee filters. Now, what's funny is I actually had seen these projects done, and I thought, well, we need to show. So this is a coffee filter flower, and I'm hoping that you can see it okay. I don't know. I may have to cut off the stick. Hey, Ginger Cat, how are you, honey? Let me raise my thing up just a little bit. There we go. We have obviously got a huge lag. There it is. So, you know what? I'm going to just break the stick off so that we can see down in here. So down in here we have all of these little stamen things, and they are made out of a cupcake liner. And I took a cupcake liner, a whole bunch of them, and laid them on top of each other, and then clipped them, and then I wound it around my thing, and then all of these are white coffee filters, and I dipped them in the edges of alcohol ink, and then literally I stuck them down through the middle. I didn't fold them in any way. I stuck them down and then pushed them up and scrunched them. So hi Sandy Brown, how are you? So that is made with white coffee filters, okay? But y'all know that recently in a recent auction, I sold a whole bunch of these kind of coffee filters. These brown ones. And so I wanted a project that would go with it. And I made this. And I'm going to show you how I did this. Let me turn my glue gun on. It's super easy. Super, super easy. When I make another one, I want to pay attention to how, oops, there goes my phone, how I glue them down, okay? Because I don't want this part here. Actually, it don't matter. I've got it on both sides. I don't want this part. I want all of these to be on the back side. So I need to make sure that when I fold it and glue it. So we're going to fold these about, we're going to do about 8 of them, okay? And I want to fold these. I'm thinking, y'all. Do y'all smell the burning rubber? I want to fold these like this, I think. Yeah, I want to fold these like this. There we go. Now, once we get these folded, we're going to take our scissors, use our scissors, and we're going to cut. We're just going to cut at an angle, just like that. And it's just an accordion fold. You know how to do this. I mean, we accordion folded when we were kids making tissue flyers, all right? Just like this. And then I want that one to go in just like that. And we'll cut this one too. So, two. So what I'm looking to see is, okay, I want to do it like this. Is that how I want? Maybe. I think so. I'm thinking out loud more than anything. I think that's how I'm like. And then when I get to this side, I'll glue this side in. Okay. So, hey Angie. Oh no, are you okay? So we're doing your idea where you told me, sent me the message about those things, egg cartons and coffee filters and clothespins. And so anyway, yep. But before I get too deep in, because y'all know I can fall down a rabbit hole playing here, I do want to tell you that every month I do a sign up, and we make something and we swap. We do a swap. And so for July, because we're already in the midst of June, we're swapping postcards. And you have to send two postcards to your partner. You sign up and agree that you will make two postcards. You make sure I have all of your shipping information. You sign up and you're going to send two postcards and just a little bit of happy mail. You don't want to make your envelope so thick that you have to pay $5 or $6 to ship it anyway, and you're going to make postcards. They need to be at least 4 by 6. Well, I say that 4 by 6, but uh, the postal limit, the smallest they can be, is they've got cannot be any less than 3.5 inches wide and 5 inches long. Okay, that's their minimum, and they cannot be bigger than 4.25 inches wide and 6.25 inches long to qualify as a postcard. Okay, so if you would like to join in, all I need is I have a piece of paper here where I've already taken sign up, and right now I have Sharon R, Kathy D, Goldie, Dana, Anitra from I Spy, Esther T, Lori Beth, and Marty have signed up. If you would like to sign up, just tell me your name and I'll write it down. So anyway, and these will I will announce who your partner is on June 30th. What I do is I make a little short where I show you how I've matched everybody up, and then if you don't have the people's address or access to it, I will get you an address. Okay, I will get you an address, and I will either usually email it to you, but sometimes I do send out a messenger. So anybody want to sign up for the postcard swap? Hey Sharon. Hey Woman with a Weenie. Hey Juju. Hey Sandy Brown. Hey Robin. Hey Angie Lou Bob. Ginger Cat. Hi guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyway, let's see if I missed anybody. Sandy Brown, Woman with a Weenie, Sharon R. That's it. So anybody want to sign up for the postcard swap? I've already started making. So whatever, this is how the postcard swap works. This is how swaps on my channel work right now, as long as they're small enough that I can handle this. Whatever you guys are swapping, I send you guys that. So, like, everybody in June got two altered playing cards from me. Everybody that was swapped in June, you got two altered player cards from me. So, everybody that's on the list right now will get two postcards from me. Now, you do not have to send back to me. These are just my gift to you. I just like to do that. So, anybody, Juju, you want to sign up? Usually you do. I know you did the altered card, but no pressure. Anyway, so let's go back to folding our accordion. We're going to make a thing here. So that was my commercial, although you're probably going to get commercials anyway here in a minute. There we go. So my sweetheart is sick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a UTI just because he's having a lot of trouble moving around. Like he's real sore and real stiff, and he can't process. He can't think things out. Um, and I'm just pretty sure that he does. He also has the same kind of sinus crap I do. So that's okay, Woman with a Weenie. Juju, I got you, Juju. Anyway, I called the doctor because he had actually seen the doctor just last month, and I mean last week, He had just seen the doctor last week for a wellness check, and so I called her and told him that I'm pretty sure because my mother-in-law had UTIs all the time, and with Dave having a brain injury, although he's not as elderly as his mom was when she would have them, he's reacting like she does. If y'all don't know, if you're new here, well, she called him in. She called him in a antibiotic, and she says if he gets any worse, then we come in. And so I'd already talked to them about an appointment, and I'm supposed to call tomorrow to see if they have any cancellations and can get us in. So anyway, but today I would not have even wanted to try to get him in because he can hardly walk. He can't hardly get around. So anyway, so um, he's running a fever too. He had 101 while ago, so I need to check it here in a little bit before I get crazy involved. I'll go back and check it again. But anyway, so I did give him 2 Tylenols. We're forcing down water. I've made him drink about 32 ounces of water this afternoon. So anyway, hey Lori Hollister, how are you? So yeah. Anyway, we're going to get him to a doctor. Yeah, we will. So, but right now, he does. Yes, he has a temperature. He has a temperature, and they know that. The doctor knows that. We've called all this information into her. She knows. She knows all of that. But see, I was sick last week with sinus crap, and I ran temperature too. So he is coughing and congested real bad. So it could just be sinus crap, but just that way he's acting makes me think it's not. So how many have we done yet? One, two, three, four. He is eating. So I just fed him. I cooked for him. Let me pop over here and see. Fever's broke. Good deal. Fever's broke. So anyway, yeah. So anywho, what time is it? Let me see if I've gotten any kind of text from Walmart. No. See if that prescription is ready. She called it in at the end of her day, but Walmart stays open till pharmacy stays open till 7. So maybe they'll get it. How am I? I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still I'm still yucky. I've still got sinus and I'm still coughing up junk. So, but yeah, I feel a whole lot better. I'm all rested up. I'm rested up from my crusade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, we'll get Mr. Dave to a doctor if he. She said if he gets worse, if his symptoms get worse. So anyway, there we go. Did I say 6? Is that what I said? I am making one of these. We're making a. I don't know what you call it. What would you call that? So. Uh huh. So. Yep. There we go. And. What would you call that? A star? Yeah, a star. I'm making a star. Never mind the fact that it is hot as Hades here. What's up with that? We go from rainy, rainy, rainy to a temperature of 101 or something like that. It's yucky, nasty yucky. And we're supposed to have really high temperatures all week. Just what? Call what? Call what? Oh, a rosette? Was that what you would call that? Okay, thank you. I didn't know what you would call it. I called it a flower, a star. So, okay, let's see if we can get this going. So let's see if we can glue this part right here. Are we on? No. Yes. No. No, we're not gluing nothing, so we need one more. I thought I turned my glue gun on a while ago. I guess not. There we go. I do love my little Sure Bonder glue. Hi, Teresa. How are you and Mr. Drew doing? What am I doing now? I'm making a rosette. I'm folding coffee filters right now, Lori. So I'm folding coffee filters. So, anywho. Yeah, if you look it up, it's called a rosette. Well, that's not what it was supposed to be. It was actually supposed to be a star, but uh, yeah. The one that I was working from, that I was following the directions on, was a star, but this one didn't turn out too starry. Oh, I didn't cut that. Cut that, Cindy. Cut that. I think. No, I think I want to do this. Come on, you know you want to do that. And there, and there. And now let's make sure we're going the same way. There we go. Can y'all see me? Actually, I probably keep sliding off the screen, don't I? Because I pull everything up to my belly to do it. So, that's okay. I can live with that. I don't like that mess back there, but I can live with that piece right there. Can I? Can I live with that? Or shall we do this? Let's do this right here. Oh, let's do this right here. Let's fold this in like that. Yeah, and then we will glue these two pieces right there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do that. There we go. We lost one of our folds doing it like that, but that's okay. That's okay. We can live with that. We can live with that. There we go. Okay, we got a nice smooth piece here. Now, yeah, it won't work there. Okay, it has to go. I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping all of my things together. All of my things together. Oops, we need a glue stick. So, oh, that's sweet. That's sweet, honey. I found that our community, my jewelry community, my crafty community, they're just sweet, sweet people. You never know what happens. You just turn around and bam, there's a blessing. Just smacking you right in the face. And so one of the things that happens to on my channel is because I have sales, is people like to send other people things and they'll say, oh no, I can't accept that. And I have a rule. You cannot you cannot refuse a blessing on my channel. If somebody's wanting to bless you, you cannot refuse a blessing. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Don't refuse, because when you try to refuse a blessing, you rob them of their blessing too. So no blessing refusals on my channel. None is allowed. Right? So anyhow, so I got to catch Anitra live this morning. She was making a little graduation thing. She was watching, making a graduation thing for her uh, niece, her niece. I had to think. Y'all, sometimes, yeah, sometimes I may have trouble processing too. Gosh. Yeah. So if you believe in the power of prayer, there's no need for you to know what this person's name is. But I found out a family member, a close family member, a first cousin of mine, has the beginning stages of Alzheimer's, and he's only 59. So y'all just pray. pray for him and his family. It's, I think we may be past the beginning stages. He's already had to quit his job, and he's not allowed to drive anywhere by himself. Anyway, I came home from family reunion. I was just devastated because this was a cousin grew up playing with, real close. We're real close in age. I mean, I'll be 60 in August. He'll be 60 next May. So he's already had his birthday this year. He's right between me and my brother, age-wise. So anyway, I've cried. I've cried. And we don't understand. And it's such a cruel disease. If you ever have had anybody that has dealt with dementia or Alzheimer's, it's such a cruel, cruel disease. Yep. There's Robin Skywatch. Yep. There's my Robin. Hi, my Robin. How are you, honey? We missed you last week when we were selling all that fabric. We had lots of fun with fabric. And we'll just be selling more fabric next week. I've got a whole bunch of jewelry I need to get put up on the post. I come into some plastic jewelry. Some of it is paparazzi. Y'all know how I feel about paparazzi jewelry, but anyway, if you're a regular around here, you know how I feel about paparazzi jewelry. Anyway, ain't nothing nice about that stuff. So anyway, now I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because some of it is really, really pretty. Especially some of what I just got is really, really pretty. Okay, there we go. Lay back down, lay back down, lay back down, lay back down. I got a big hole right there, don't I? Dad, burn it. But we'll figure out how to fix it. We will. We will. We will figure out how to fix it. So this is one way you can use these kind of coffee dyed coffee filters if you don't want to make coffee. We don't make coffee with filters at our house. Comes out of a little jar. It's instant. And we have no problem with that. I drink my coffee iced. Dave drinks his hot. Here we go. We want to fix right in here. We've got a problem right here. Right here, we've got a problem. Let's see if we can unstick you. There we go. Let's just go right here. Almost there. Anyway, yeah, we drink instant coffee, and not even good instant coffee at that. We do it's Walmart brand, but yeah. And for me, it's never, never about your brother had it and didn't recognize you. Oh, hi sissies. If you're watching, hi sissies. So anyway, I love when you go see your sisters. It's so sweet. Okay, hold on. So that helped that little debacle there. But I somewhere let me look on the screen because sometimes I can find things on the screen better than I can on the actual table. Somewhere over the rainbow. That's not it. It's not over that rainbow. Good gravy, Miss Molly. What did you do with that, girlfriend? You cut it out. I know you did. I seen you cut it out. You laid it here on this table, and the table swallowed it up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cut out. I cut out my circles. So they would be, oh, there they are. There they are. So they would be ready to go. And we're going to glue that right in the middle there. It will help it to, hold on, let's make sure, do we want to, yeah, we want it glued on that side. Because this is the prettiest side, and it ain't pretty. So we're going to glue it right there, and that'll help it. That'll help it right there. There we go. This one's actually, I think, nicer than the other one. I have one that's wonky donkey right here, but there ain't nothing a little bit of scissors won't fix. Right there. There we go. We just fix it with a scissor. We scissored it. There we go. But let me show you one of the things that I like to do with these kind of things right here is I like to, let me move my glue gun so I don't touch it to my skin and then cry and y'all make fun of me because I cried because I don't want nobody making fun of me today. Anyway, not that y'all ever make fun of me. I shouldn't even suggest that. Y'all don't make fun of me. Let's see. We can do this. Oh, let's do these. Some birdies and some of those. There we go. That's so full it needs to be emptied out. I got to finish going through it. I sold off a bunch of word stamps on wooden blocks. Now I need to sell off a bunch of just miscellaneous ones that I never use. So I don't want that. I do want this. Let's see, is this the good one? Maybe. This ink is, I know, probably 15 years old. She just keeps on giving. I like stamping on these. I do. I like stamping on these. Somebody else talking to me. Yeah. Dave's mom had a lot of dementia. That one is pretty, but it didn't turn out real dark. I want to try this next one. One of them is a lot better inker than the other one. I need to throw the other one away because yeah, this one's better. But I will tell you one thing I need is I need a piece of here. I need a piece of this guy here. See that? Come on. Oh, glitter. You would tear wrong. He tore backwards. Backwards. So Sunday I was expecting to get to church and not have a whole lot of kids because usually the Sunday after we have crusade we don't have a lot of kids because people leave out on vacation. You know, all that kind of stuff. I had 19 kids Sunday. 19. 19 kids. And they weren't even regular kids. We made Father's Day bookmarks like we did the Mother's Day bookmark. See, you can tell I've been playing with my alcohol sprays. Oh yeah, that one's better. I like that. I like those birdies. Those are nice. Let's do some cherry blossoms. You know what? Let's turn it over and stamp on the back of it. Let's do some cherry blossoms. Gnats. Nasty little gnats. We've had so much rain, all the bugs are crazy. For 3 days, I spotted a great old big water bug. Y'all know what we call them wood trees or water bugs. I mean wood roaches or water bugs. Huge. Scary. First he was crawling in the corner by my bed. So I hollered at Jared. By the time Jared got in there, he was gone. Then I found him in the bathroom peeking out of me from under the shower chair. Hollered at Jared. By the time Jared got in there, he was gone. Then I saw him peeking out from around the barber cabinet. We have a barber cabinet in our bathroom. He got gone. But then yesterday, Jared was in my room and talking to me, and there he was, right there. And Jared grabbed my mirror, and I thought he was going to kill him. I said, "Don't you dare break my mirror." And he looked at me like I was nuts. He said, "I'm not going to break your mirror." He said, "I'm putting him back outside." I was like, "Yeah, just so he can come back in the house. He's been in the house for 3 days. He knows it's cool in here. He'll come right back in under those cracks that are wide enough to drive a car up under." So my house is very, very old, and my doors, I keep towels rolled up around the bottom of some of my doors. So the one in here is real bad. Anyway, we'll just cut that little thing out there. And look, um, I can't remember. This says acid-free dye ink pad. Can't remember if this is going to be waterproof or not, so that we could Mod Podge it on something. Could we Mod Podge it on it? So, last time we did some fun questions, like some fun questions. Oh, I wish I'd have brought home that. I play this game with my kids at church. It's called Herd, Herd, Herd Mentality. It's a fun game. But, hold on. So what we know. What did I do with those other cards? Just the other day I had some cards that were like herd mentality, but they weren't herd mentality. What did I do? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I did clean my floor this morning. I mean, like, I swept it, cleaned up. I had to do all of David's chores this morning. Dave has a list of chores he does on Monday morning, and they involve taking the trash out and taking them to the curb. And yeah, he was barely walking from the bed to his bathroom, so he wasn't taking trash out today. No sirree, God. I took out the kitchen trash and Jared took out all the rest of it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Did it. Oh no, but I know where something is. I know where something is. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I got one. I found them. I found them. So, hi Carrie, how are you, honey? So, we're going to do this. So, I'm going to give you about a minute to think about something. And if your name starts with an L all the way back to A, you will be the protein. Okay? L to A is the protein. If you are HIJKLM, M to Z, you're the con team. Pro and con. Okay? So you're going to get 30 seconds or so to think about it. Tell me, what are the pros and the cons to owning your own house? To owning your own house. What is the pros and the cons to owning your own house? Con is M to Z. Pros are A to L. Okay? A to L. Your first name. Your first name. So, I'm good. I'm good. My honey's sick, but we're babying him. He was running a temperature a while ago, but I doused him good with about 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol. We have 500 milligram caplets, so he took two, and his fever's broke. He's already broke a sweat. So, anyway, I suspect a UTI. I'm listening for my phone to tell me that his prescription is ready. They called him in an antibiotic. We live. Expensive con. It's always something. Robin and Sharon, yeah, always something, and expensive repairs. Those are two cons. Pros, owning something so you have collateral. That's a good pro. So that's a good pro. Those will be cute done on my postcards, won't they? Something so you always have collateral. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Anybody else? Pro or con? Stick it in there right quick. Let's see. Nope. No. Nope. Nope. Nothing else. We need more than that. We need more than that. Oh, let's do this big bird. Oh, let's do a feather. Let's do a feather. That's a big one. We'll do some leaves. What is this? Oh, that's that cute bird. And we've got a tree. We'll do a tree. Oh, we did some of those on that. Even owning something you can actually get your money back out of. Yeah. So pro. Okay, there we go. The money you get pay goes towards something you own and not just rent. Yeah. See, we've been living in this house, renting this house for 8 years. But we could that I mean, we literally could not get a house payment as cheap as what our rent is. There's no way. Okay, pros and cons. Let's swap. If you were pro last time, you're con this time. Not having to follow. My landlord don't have rules, so he really don't. He don't have no rules. So we do whatever we want to. We've pulled up carpets. We've done all kinds of things. Pros and cons. Swap. Working from home. Pros and cons to working from home. Oh, yeah, need some more of those. Jared. Oh, it's you up. Would Oh, you okay? Are you getting up and moving okay? Are you moving better than you were this morning? Good, good, good. You sound a little better. You were a little pitiful earlier. You know, I don't like that hypochondriac gene that you have. So anyway, hey, I'm live. So if you want to say something that is going to make you look bad, you might not ought to. I know it's impossible for you to look bad. You're so stinking cute. This right here is a con. This right here is a con to working from home. Your husband interrupts you every time you go live. So you're responsible for your structure. See, that's what I always said about homeschooling my kids. Everybody said, "Oh, I don't have, I'm not smart enough to homeschool my kids. I'm not this to homeschool my kids, or patient enough." That was one of the things they always said. I'm not patient enough to homeschool my kids. I said, homeschooling your kids ain't about being smart or being about patient. Homeschooling your kids is getting a good curriculum and then getting a good having a good habit of you get up and you know you're doing school every day. So my boys, what I told my boys was, okay, you know this, you have this much work to do. They did it all on a computer. I said you can make it do it in 2 hours or you can make it in 4 hours or 8 hours. It's your choice. And so most of the time they did their work in 2 hours, so they had the rest of the day to do what they wanted. So anyway, and I used a computerized program. Of course, now when they were little, I taught them, but once they hit fifth grade, we started using a computerized program that set everything up for them. It graded it for them. It kept up with all my grades. It was a good program. It's called Switched on Schoolhouse. It wasn't by Abeka. It was from the other company. I can't ever remember what that other Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega. Yep, save on gas, food, and clothes working from home. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Let's do one fun. Let's do a fun one. Let me hold on. Let me look at the cards. So I have okay. I have some that are for kids edition. Okay. So what are the pros and cons to having a best friend? Pros and cons to having a best friend. You work with your dog, letting out the dog. Is your dog your best friend? Oh no, you're still talking about working from home, aren't you? So some pros and cons about having a best friend. So in my main job, which is a children's pastor, one of the cons about having a best friend is people get jealous. People get they think you're showing favoritism to other people. Pro is the sort. Con is, yeah, if they die. That is. But yeah, one of the cons for me is people get upset. They think you're showing favoritism if you know, to people. So, and that, I've dealt with that all my life, from being a pastor's wife to being a preacher's kid. Uh, we were very careful about having best friends. In fact, you won't hardly ever hear me referring to my best friend. I have a lot of friends that I'm really, really close with. Someone always have your bail money. Yeah. So the problem with that, Mama Juju, is um, the problem with that is usually they have your bail money, but they're in jail with you. At least some of my best friends. And I have friends that I don't see for years, and when we see each other, we pick up right where we left off. It's like we haven't been apart, you know. And then I have friends that I can't do that with. I have friends that, yeah, that don't work. So can't do that with. Oh, that's that's sad, Lori. That's sad. Okay, we got a whole more stack of these. We're gonna do this peacock feather. So yep, they're with you. So anyhow, yeah. So my friends, two of my friends that I have that I I call them my little old man friends, and I'm gonna explain to you why we call each other our little old man friends. So you ever notice little old men sitting on a park bench? These little old men, they sit on a park bench, and one of them maybe gets sick, and he's gone for a few days. And when he comes back, they just all pick up right where they were. Sometimes they don't say a whole lot. Sometimes they have a whole lot to say. You never know. You know how little old men are. That's my friends Gina and Deborah Ann. That we homeschooled our kids together. We became friends through homeschooling. And in fact, just the other day, I got like at 11 o'clock at night, I got a text message from my friend Gina, and so she calls me her BBF. The kids use BFF, is that right? But she calls me her BBF. I'm her bestest friend. Anyway, and she says, "Hey BBF, I got a new phone number. This is it." Okie dokie, artichoke. So anyway, her and her third husband, which is who she's still with, they've done their ceremony, wedding ceremony. It's been they've been married. mm, It's been about 18 years probably now. 16, between 16 and 18 years. I don't like that one. So anyway, so here's the funny thing, okay? So she came down one time, and this lady in yeah, and remember what I said about in people in churches not understanding about having friends. So this lady in my church met my friend Gina, and my friend Gina told this lady, she says, "I'm her BBF," and this lady said, "Oh no, I'm her BBF." And Gina just looked at her, and she says, "Well, I'm her lowercase BBF," because Gina is real tiny. She's teeny tiny. And my friend said, "Well, then if you're the lowercase BBF, I'm the uppercase BBF." So anyway, that BBF don't keep in touch with me no more. That's something else that about having friends too is if something tragic happens in your life, a lot of friends can't deal with that, and and that's not to me not to say that they're not a real friend, but not everybody can deal with the fact that your son died or your husband fell dead in his barber shop. They just can't handle it because it's too much of a situation of that could have been our family. And so people just they step back and you lose touch. And I don't want to say it don't bother me, but it's not it's not something that eats at me. So, it's not something that just eats at me. So, I have all of you guys. They're like, "Oh God. Help us, Lord Jesus, help us." She's depending on us now to be her friend. So, okay, that was pros and cons of having a bestest friend. Let's see what else we can pro and con. What's a pro and a con to going to the beach? Going to the beach. Huge con. And I'm going to tell you this because I've been to a beach where this happened and I was like so miserable. Sand fleas. You ever been to a beach where there's sand fleas? Oh my Lord Jesus. It's horrible. Look how pretty that is. So I had put black ink and brown ink and then purple ink on it. Look how pretty that is. That is pretty. That is a pretty stamp. But I probably, this may have been the first or second time I've played with it. So it'll probably go in the sale. Okay, honey. Okay. Vitamin D. You get vitamin D at the beach? Oh, happen to leave. I thought you were telling me you were happen to leave. You're talking about having to leave the beach. That's a con, yes. So, anyway, how about sand in parts that you never knew sand could go there? There you go. Big con. So, I know I have a weird sense of humor. Y'all just love me for it. So, you're stuck with me too, Lori. Anyway, uh, so, okay, yes. That sand. So, some of our church people are in Florida right now at the beach, and they they're talking about they like going to the beach, but they prefer going up to the pool because they just want to lay in the sun without having to deal with sand. But they go to the beach because they have kids that want to play in the sand. So anyway, so there we go. We clean that up a little bit before we put it on the market, right? So, but we're gonna throw it back there in the bucket. Yeah, it's too detailed. So, so anyhow, okay, going to the beach. Happened to leave. Yep, we done best friends. We done working from home. If you're wondering what this is called Social Genius, the Life Sutra, Your Life Empowered, and it comes in adult edition, edition, kids edition, and there is. I think I gave away all of the ones that are the youth edition. There are teenage editions too. So I kept the kids edition because they have fun pictures on them. They do. You once had jellyfish. Yeah, jellyfish. Oh, here you go. Pros and cons to drinking soda. Okay, drinking soda. So if you do not know this, I will tell you. Yeah, it doesn't bother me to tell my life history. Here we go. I only have one kidney. I was only born with one, and so for years I was addicted to soda. And when I was 22, no, when I was 20, I had my tonsils out, and my doctor that took my tonsils out also was an internist, and he told me, he said, Cindy, if you don't quit drinking soda, you're going to end up on dialysis before you even turn 30. And of course, at that time, I was drinking 2 liters of Coca-Cola a day, and uh, and I will tell you that I was the thinnest I had been in years. But I didn't eat. I just drank Coke, and that's all I did. I didn't eat a lot. I just drank a lot of Coke anyway. But I gave up soda, and I didn't drink soda for years. And One of my favorite things, I know this is going to be weird, okay? One of my favorite things is to drink a Coca Cola out of a can and eat a Twinkie and let that fizzy Coke bubble in the sponge of the Twinkie. That that is so cool. It is also like a major sugar rush. I done that. I mean, that was something from my teenage years. Anyway, so and I've not done that in a long time, but I have a Coke every once in a while. I had a Coke yesterday, but with my lunch, we had Sonic for lunch, Sonic burgers for lunch. So, but anyway, and then I fried hamburgers tonight for supper. So, had some in the freezer, already made patties. Actually, I didn't fry them. I stuck them frozen on the tray and put them in the air fryer and let the air fryer cook them. Put them on for 15 minutes. They were frozen rock solid hard. Let the air fryer cook them, and it cooked them just perfectly done in 15 minutes. So anyway, if you're wondering, it was at 375. I have one of the oven kind, not one of the drawer kind. Anyway, it does all kinds of things. It bakes, it toasts, it dehydrates, it does all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I think it even broils. I think it has a not broils, rotisseries. I think it has a rotisserie somewhere. It has a rotisserie thing that goes with it, so you can stick a chicken in there and let it turn. Anyway, I really like it. I bought it. I've had it 2 years now. I got it 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years at Christmas. I got it. My brother gave me money for Christmas, and I bought it on clearance. It was $105 on clearance. It's a good one. So there we go. I like that. So you're gonna you're gonna relapse into drinking soda pop. Anyway, so one of my pros about drinking a soda pop is I love the fizz. I love the fizz bubbling up in my nose. I know I'm weird. Cons is for me personally, if I drink, let's say I don't drink. First of all, I don't drink Route 44 Cokes. Okay, if I drink a 32-ounce Coca Cola, usually at the end of the day, my back hurts, my kidney area hurts because I don't need that. And because y'all know I have a lot of trouble getting water down because it makes me feel like I'm drowning. And so, because I have so much trouble getting water down, and then I've drunk all that Coke, usually I haven't had water. So, anyway, and I can make a 32-ounce Coke last all day. So, I don't know about y'all, but at my house it lasts all day. Speaking of water, I have to have this. I have my water cup full. So, there we go. I love this bird. It's one of my favorite stamps. It ain't going. It's staying with me. Oh, I like that bird. I do's. I like that bird. Ain't he cute? So, after having an asthma attack, huh? I have to think about that. Hmm. Hmm. Never thought about it. So, what does it do for you after having an asthma attack? I mean, what does it do? Is it help open your airways? All that carbonation help open your airways? What does it do? So, oh, so the third thing that was uh, something that she sent me that is something that's hard to craft with, clears out your bronchial. At least that's what you tell yourself. Yeah, I can see that. Is egg carton, egg carton. So one of the things that I put was a if you have the right kind of egg carton, don't use those styrofoam ones, but use the cardboard ones, and you put lint from your dryer in it, and then melt wax over it, and it makes a good campfire starter to start a fire. And also, you can take the little cardboard ones and put soil in them and start seeds in them too. So, seed starter. So, so anybody else got any ideas about what you can do with an egg carton? Gosh, I'm hot. It is so hot here. Y'all want to listen to me whine? So, yeah. It's 86. It's 6 o'clock. It's 86 degrees, but the humidity is making it feel like it is 93 degrees. Um, there's a lot more rain coming. I'm so sick of rain. Uh, when I was in high school, um, our school bought an old house next to our actual school. Use it to sort beads. That's a good one too. They bought an old house, and that was our choir and our band room. And so, because it was a really old house, in fact, the lady that used to live there. I used to take piano lessons from her, Miss Graham, and I just recently reconnected with her on Facebook. It's real cool. Anyway, I messaged this lady. I said, "Hey, are you the person that used to give uh, piano lessons at such and such school?" Like, yes. Anyway, she remembered me. I'm a hard person to forget. Because I'm always causing trouble. So anyway, but anyhow, but anyway, so our school bought this old house, and they took. So in our area, if y'all know, if you know, you know. If you don't, I don't know how you don't know. But anyway, I don't know how you don't know that we live in Don Tyson country for Tyson's chicken, and so there are a lot of egg farms around, and so they went to egg farmers and asked them if they would give them some egg flat. I'm hoping I can get this on here. I just want this to tell. I missed it. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to get it, but we'll see. I did. Looky there. How I couldn't do that again in 100 years. Anyway, I halfway did it. Anyway, and they took all these 30 count egg flats and lined the walls with them to help with our acoustics. So anyway, it done real good. So so anyway, are y'all talking about my devious chuckle? So I started a Facebook group on Facebook this past week, and I really need to start one for my channel so that we can not have to bother Beth about our swaps on talking about them on that. But that's okay. We can. She says it's fine. So anyway, but I started one for my class, my senior class. So some of the early birds that were some of the older kids in our classes have already had their birthdays and they've already turned 60. But for the most part of us, those of us that are, you know, that are later, younger kids, we all turned 60 in June, July, August of this year. And so we're going to all get together and have a get together because we've made it to 60. Lord knows, not all of us made it. There are some of us that did not make it. I was looking at my senior album. There are three or four from my class that have passed away, and I only graduated in a class of 32. So anyway, there are only 32 of us. I went to a little bitty school, lived in a little bitty town. We had 1,011 in our town. 1,011. And so, anyway, yeah. And in a class of 1,011, there are three of us. No, in a class of 32, in a town where there was only 1,011. But there are three of us in my class that were all born on August the 9th, 1965. And then there's two that were born on, what did she say? When did she say her birthday was? There are two others that had the same birthday too. But I was like, what are the chances of living in a podunk town like this and there being three kids all born? And you know what's funny? We did not realize it until after we got out of school and started keeping back in touch, because we weren't in school during our birthday, because school didn't start until after Labor Day when we were in school. So our birthdays are August the 9th, so we didn't realize it. So, and one of my friends that her birthday is the same day as mine. She had her oldest son on her birthday, so her son shares the August the 9th birthday. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Margaret, I know Margaret from over at Anitra's, and Margaret has a really cool job. But I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. She can share it if she wants. If you've been over to Anitra's, you know what Margaret's job is. Anitra talks about it a lot, but uh, she has a really cool job. So, hey, Butterow, how are you, Doretha? How are you, honey bunch? So we're stamping on this. We're talking about. Okay, let's think of some pros and cons. We've pros and cons this drinking soda. Okay, here we go. Some pros and cons to saying no. So pros and cons. I don't care who answers on what level. Just answer. Just everybody join in. Pros and cons to saying no. A pro is stopping something that you don't want to happen. If somebody's doing something to you that you don't like, saying no to them stops it. As a ministry leader, a con to people saying no means I have to go ask somebody else to help me with whatever I'm asking for volunteers for. So she works at an auction house. Sometimes she gets to act like Vanna White. So that see, I'm not allowed to go to live auction houses because I am a firm believer that whatever that pile of crap in that box is has a treasure at the bottom of it. And I have been known to go home with so many boxes I could barely get them in my car. So I'm not allowed to go. Anyway, and so far I've never found that treasure that I'm sure that's in that box. It's always been crap so, that nobody else wanted. So, a pro is setting a boundary. Con is sometimes you say no too quick. Yeah, yeah. I've said no to things and then gone back and said, you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna cut out these birdies. We're gonna cut out this all these leaves. And you know what? I'm gonna cut these leaves out. Even though they printed three to the stamp, I'm gonna cut them out individually. And then I'll have nine of them. Hey, y'all know what I realized the other night after we ended the auction? I didn't give away my half price shipping. Y'all don't let me forget that next time, okay? I gave away that big bag of scraps. And guys, I'm gonna have to get started sorting fabric again for next week because I've got a lot of fabric still to get sorted. Anyway, now though, now though that I'm about my paper art, it would be hard for me to go through. Oh, I want to show some. I want to show something. Is Juju still here? Juju, are you still here? Because I think that what I have to show you will be interested in. What am I stamping on? I'm stamping on coffee filters. They're coffee filters. Those cone kind of coffee filters. Remember, I sold a bunch of them. So, and record each sale. That's not fun. No, that's not fun. So let me show. But I need to make sure I have all of the stamps where nothing that's ink can get on what I have, because what I have is, it is something special. Let me go over here, but I thought of Juju when she was showing us what Debbie Epps made her for her birthday. I thought, I need to show these someday that Juju was there. Okay, here we go. So I have a friend that buys storage units and sorts them, and she gave me, this is from February of 1991, Bush orders ceasefire. That's the uh, for the Gulf War. Okay, but that's not what I thought Juju would be interested in. Noriega's 1889. This is Noriega. There's more. Uh, this one is from 1989. I don't know what this one is. I don't know why that one is. Hold on. The shuttle explodes. 1986. The shuttle explodes. 92. Clinton wins. Oh, yay. President Clinton. U.S. at war. And the shuttle explodes. Wait. There's got to be some more, somewhere else. I got to see. Let me think about it. Where else did I put those other ones? These are the boring ones. Hi, puppy. I'm live. Jared, look in that bottom drawer over there and see if there's more newspapers over there. Somewhere I have, you remember the Arkansas, this is Southwest Times Record. Somewhere I have some newspapers that have when Elvis died, and I have some when JFK was assassinated, and I can't remember where they are. Is there any more newspapers in there, in that drawer? I wonder what I've done with those other ones. Are they may be in the top drawer? Anyway, yeah, I have one when Elvis died, and where was everybody when the shuttle exploded in 1991, 1986, January. I was in Clinton, probably working at the hospital. Let me just make sure I haven't stuck them down in here, that this is the whole paper. General Assembly, Sport, Features. Okay, that's a whole paper. The Times Record. This is Southwest Times Record. Times Record. Times Record. Okay, this is all the same thing. Clinton. I gotta find the one where Elvis died and JFK died. I know I had several of those. Did I sell those already? Did you guys get them from me already? They may be in my filing cabinet. This is the shuttle exploding. I'm about ready to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. I'm never going to use this. Look, that now that's fun. That's fun. That's fun. We'll keep these out. We'll cut pieces out of them. Hi, Juju. I mean, Lori Beth. How are you, honey? Uh, yeah, I don't remember where I was when the shuttle exploded. I remember where I was when the airplanes flew into the Twin Towers. I was at home homeschooling my kids, and my daddy called and said, "Do you have the TV on?" And I said, "No." He said, "Turn on the TV." David had gone down to South Arkansas for a funeral. His uncle had died, and they'd gone to South Arkansas. They had the funeral, and then they drove the body back to Denard, which was hours. They were on the road like for 4 hours going to that. Then he had to come back over the mountain to where we were, which was another 2 hours from Denard. And so, anyway, I remember, and I was just like freaking out because he was not at home with us. Look at that. We'll keep those. We'll keep that out of there. Look at the colored cartoons. If nothing else, we can be entertained, right? Did you ever see that, Jared? Did you see those papers? You didn't see. Look in the top drawer and see if there's any there. They should have Elvis on the front and JFK on the front. Is it all cards? They may be in the bottom in one of the other drawers. Okay, will you put these back in the bottom drawer for me, bub? Did you eat your hamburger? That bottom drawer is what we know that you were looking at. We'll play with this other stuff. We'll cut it up. Look at the cartoons. When I see things like this, let me see if I can show y'all this. When I see things like this, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. When I see things like this, I never think of Mount Rushmore. Can anybody tell me what I think of? Seeing the people carved into the stone? What do I think of? Do you know? Anne should know. Angie should know. She lives in that state. I think of Stone Mountain, Georgia, where they have the Confederate soldiers presidents carved into it. You ever been to Stone Mountain, Georgia? Yeah. They have this big old thing that's like Mount Rushmore, only it's the Confederate soldiers. We took the kids there. We went with the kids. We went with my mother-in-law when the kids were little. We went up there. So yeah, I'm good, but my Davy Wavy is sick. So hey, Jared, she called in that prescription. They're open until 7, but I've not got a message that says we've got anything. So it'll probably be in the morning. There. Okay. There we go. Oh wow. Actually, I don't even have to talk to anybody. Let's just see. Let us call here. We don't want to text. We want to call. Call for the go. There we go. There we go. Call. Thanks for calling your local Walmart pharmacy here in Boonville. This call may be recorded. Para continuar en español, marque 9. Walmart now delivers eligible prescriptions with your groceries and essentials and is free for Walmart Plus members. Learn more at walmart.com/RX delivery. Now, in a few words, tell me how I can help you this evening. You can also say menu or press pound. Okay, here are some options. To refill a prescription, press 1. Check the status of an order, 2. Hear the pharmacy hours, 3. Prescription status. Okay, I recognize this phone number. And for security, please say or enter the date of birth for a prescription on that order. No, thanks. I found your order. These 2 items are ready. Divalproex sodium, atorvastatin calcium. The estimated price for those will be $0.00. The nitrofurantoin is being filled. It'll be ready for pickup Tuesday, June 17th, after 4 p.m. You can say repeat that. Price information, pharmacy hours, or main menu. Okay. They said that last one they told us would be ready tomorrow after 4 is the antibiotic. We already picked up the other two, so I'll call in the morning and ask them if they can get that other ready quicker so we can get them started on it. So anyway, so my mother-in-law, when she was older, she got UTIs, and the first time she got one, we thought she'd had a stroke. She couldn't stand up. She couldn't talk. She couldn't. It was horrible. It took 2 of us to get her up, just to transfer her to her wheelchair. Anyway, it was bad. We'd have to stay 2 of us at a time. Most of the time, we just stayed 1 at a time with her the last few years of her life. But anyway, we took our turns. Even Jared took his turn taking care of his grandma. So those toad stabber. Look, my mom gave me these. These are the best things. The best things. So I didn't realize you lived over in, that close to Canada. I don't know why, because you live close to Nitra. See, we lived in your state, but real close to the city. Real close to the big city. 60 miles out. We lived in the town where the facts of life were made. Anyway, uh, we lived in a village within it, there where the nuclear plant is. Anyway, one of the nuclear plants, Indian Point 3. So, anyhow, but Dave worked at that nuclear plant, did an outage there. And can I just tell you, being a southern person and eating the kind of southern food we did, we were not impressed with New York food. We were not at all. In fact, the only thing that we liked to eat in Peekskill was uh, the little Italian pizza places. We wouldn't even eat burgers. We wouldn't even eat McDonald's when we were up north. Oh my lord! And see, we like to cook our vegetables until they're dead down here. Yeah, till they're dead. We cook them a long time. And Dave Dave asked the girl at a little restaurant. It was supposed to be a family style restaurant. We went and ate, and we ordered green beans. And he asked her. He said, "Like, did you just dump these straight from the can?" They don't even taste like they've been cooked at all. And she just looked at him like he'd lost his mind. Anyway, well, now he don't eat green beans. After he got the brain injury, he is convinced he doesn't like green beans. He used to eat green beans with every meal that we had. Now he's convinced he don't like them. Oh well, it just means one less thing I have to cook, right? I was supposed to cook garden supper tonight. We were going to have fried squash, fried taters, well, oven fried taters, fresh corn on the cob, fresh banana peppers, all from my cousin's garden. The squash, the corn, the banana peppers. But Dave, Dave said his lunch didn't even taste good, so he wasn't sure I wasn't sure he would enjoy it. Not things not tasting good to him right now, so I told him we'd wait till I thought he would enjoy it. I'll cook it for him later in the week. So Wednesday night is my night to cook at church. Y'all want to know what I'm cooking? Y'all want to know what I'm cooking at church Wednesday night? We're going to have pinto beans and white northern beans with ham in them, and we're going to have some oven fried taters, and we're going to have some kraut and weenies, and some mac and cheese and some cornbread. Want to talk about some starchy food? The young adults, the young married adults, really like when I cook pinto beans because they don't cook pinto beans at home. So they really like when I cook pinto beans. I know how to cook some good pinto beans. When you get your pinto beans done, when they're almost or when they're cooked, but the soup is still real thin, you take you out a good cup full of them and you put them in a bowl and you smush them all back up. You smush them till they make a paste, like you're making a refried bean out of them or something. Smush them and then you stir them back into that, and all that starchiness makes your soup thick in your beans. It's real good. Anyway, and we're gonna put some smoked ham in them. Smoked meat in your beans is just, I think it's a law. At least it is down south. It's a law. You've got to put some good smoked meat in your beans. So last time I made them, I put smoked pork mix. This time I'm just putting smoked ham. So anyway, yeah. We have about, trying to think how many, 4, 8, 10, 15, 17, 18. We have 18 or 19 on a vacation in Florida right now, so we'll have probably a thinner crowd. Oh, and actually we have 23 because we had 4 more leave Sunday night, so we have 23 on vacation in Florida. So, and of those 23 people, I have one, two, three, four, five, five, five of my children's church kids are part of that. So 5 of my regulars. So that's why I didn't think I would have very many at children's church Sunday, and then I ended up having 19 kids. So I asked all my little kids after we made our Father's Day thing and we went back to our seats. I asked them what their daddy's name was and what their favorite thing about their daddy was. Most of them was that their daddy would play video games with them or play outside with them or stuff like that. And they all knew their daddy's name. I was real proud. One little girl said, This kind of broke my heart, but I thought it was super sweet too. She said what her name, daddy's name was. Hi, Nitra. How are you, honey? Uh, oh, I'm just stamping on coffee filters and then I'm cutting it out. Anyway, uh, this little girl, she said that what she liked about her daddy was that when he talked to her, he smiled, and she said, and my daddy don't smile a lot, so it makes me real happy that when he talks to me, he smiles. I thought that was sweet. I know her dad has a little bit of trouble with depression, so anyway, so I thought that was sweet and sad. So anyhow, but they all made their Happy Father's Day things, and then the church gave out real nice little metal mugs to all the dads. So anyway, my kids helped pass them out. They loved it. So, and I go back to having my Bible study on Thursday. We took off last Thursday because why? Oh, because I was tired after I did Kids Crusade. I was wiped out. Of course, I was sick through most of it, but anyway, there we go. So, not asking for medical advice, asking for opinions, okay? So, I think Dave has a UTI just from the way he acts. He's not mentioned anything about it burning or having trouble going or anything like that. But just because of what he mentioned, and I know that he drank several sodas over the weekend, so I have some of those cranberry pills. Do you know what I'm talking about? You get them over the counter, cranberry pills. Do you think it would be a good idea or a bad idea to give him some? Opinions. I'm looking for opinions, not medical advice, opinions. So I've got all of these that I've cut out. All of these that I've cut out. One, two, all those little flowers, all of those. Now I did do this peacock feather on a white piece because I didn't like how it's stamped over here. I don't like that. We'll throw that away. So nobody offering any advice? They're like, we ain't saying. Okay. Did you take a nap, Anitra? There we go. So you don't think? Yeah, if it's natural, you don't think it could hurt. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna stick this in this thank you card right here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put in a number. Here, hold on. We're gonna pick a number between 1 and 100. I know there's probably 8 of y'all watching. Now let's do one and 25. Okay, 1 and 25. No, I am not doing the stamping swap. No. And so here's the reason. Yeah, here's the reason why I'm not doing that, because I know that I wouldn't use them, and so I have a page that I stamped like 2 years ago, and I've not even used half of them. So I know I wouldn't use them, so they should just go to somebody that will use them. That's why I'm giving these away. I know I won't use them, so this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna give these away. You're gonna pick a number, and after you get your number in, I will I will do my thing. So I want to see. I'm keeping that one, and 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 I'm keeping that one. So we cleaned up the feather. I'm not keeping it. Not keeping it. So get your numbers in. Get your numbers in, and we'll pick here in a minute. So my thing was, here was my deal. So if Angie, if she's watching, she's probably half asleep because she just got finished today having dental surgery. So, but here's the deal. So Angie sent me a list of things because I had asked for you to tell me some things that are kind of hard to craft with, and she had sent me a list of things on a chat. Did I do that? Okay, that's not. Okay, here we go. And let me find Angie. There, Angie Walker. She had sent me a list of things. Clothespins, coffee filters, and egg carton. And so I gave y'all my egg carton idea. Here is a dragonfly that I made with clothespins. Can you see that? And then here are fairies. No, this one's an angel. She's got a halo. This one's the fairy. And here's a fairy that I made with the old timey clothespin, the peg kind. Not this kind, the peg kind. And then I made these out of the coffee filters, the rosette, and I made this out of the coffee filter, out of white coffee filters and cupcake liners. And I dipped it in alcohol ink. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so those are some things. Anybody else want to put a ideal in about something you could make out of a clothespin, an egg carton, or a coffee filter? I only see one, two, three, four, five numbers. Five numbers. Robin Skywatch, did you leave a number? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not anywhere near y'all. Here we go. Let's go right here. There we go. Yeah, Ange had she had surgery. Beautiful flowers, aren't they pretty? It turned out real pretty. This one she says that they say is a rosette. I'll take your word for it. I thought it was supposed to be a star. So anyway, but I'm probably gonna stick this one. I had it sticking in a in a thread spool. Ain't that a perfect base for it? I haven't got this to my mama yet. So. Okay, how many? How many do I have? Did anybody ever tell me if they had a brand new baby that was had his first Christmas for 2024? I know Teresa said her great grandbaby did, but she didn't think she'd ever see that baby again. So if you know somebody that has a brand new baby that had Christmas 2024, I have a cute little ornament I'm happy to give away to them. So I'm fixing to say stop. I have one, two, three. Tissue cover over tag. Yes. Yep. One of the things I like to do is I like to even these brown ones. When you put them down and start putting glue on top of them, they get transparent. They get really nice and transparent. I'm going to say stop. S-T-O-P. Oops. Actually, I'm going to see what I can do here. I'm going to go right back here and say stop. S-T-O-P. There we go. Stop. There. Okay, let's pick a number between 1 and 25. Pick a number between 1 and... No, wrong thing. Here you go. Pick a number between 1 and 25, please.
Sure. 23.
23. Lori Hollister is right on it. 23. Lori Hollister, you won it, honey. I'll stick it in your bag, okay? Lori Hollister, there you go. Hollister, Lori Hollister. She has a bag here, so I'll just stick it in her bag. So that's good. So all of those are going back in there. So let's look at some more. Y'all want to look at some more stamps? So anybody else want to offer some more ideas about coffee filters or egg cartons? All of those are all the ones we're keeping there, and then we have this stamp. What's call this? Yeah. Okay. There's just a card that's held in there. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Happy birthday. Okay. Those are words. So, okay, that's grunge. That's a fairy. She has to stay. And I love the trees. Y'all, if you don't know, I love trees and stuff like that. Okay, so we have those trees, and we had this tree, and we have that tree. Do I need 3 tree stamps? I think we're going to let the little one go. This one here go. That one stays. I love the pocket watch. Hey, kitty, kitty. He's cute. He has to stay. We have a leaf. Then we have a bunch that I'm real bad about pulling them off of the blocks. The bamboo, that one, and that one is a wreath. No, it's a bunch of little leaves. And I think this one's going to go. I don't think I want to keep it. I did use it, but I don't think I want to keep it. I used it once, and I know that one's going to go. They might have paint on them. That one will stay. That's a Christmas tree. It'll stay. Ooh, there's another tree. Oops, that means that we still have 3 trees. I think we're going to have to stay with 3 trees. Oh, we got 4. This one's going to go. Yeah, that'll go. That birdie stays. The eagle will go. The eagle will go. I've had that eagle for a long time. That leaf will stay. The star goes. The music note goes. That little bitty flower will go. Um, that'll go. It's a flower, if you're wondering. The hearts go. The paw print stays with me. That's a vintage camera. It'll stay. The Hummer stays. Cherry blossoms. Y'all have a thing about cherry blossoms. If you don't know, you've not seen my paintings then. Okay, all of these little purple things are going. I don't use them. They're brand new. They've never been used. Yeah, now I'm dropping them down in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. You're just dropping things everywhere, Cindy Lou Bob. Okay, that's watermelon. We probably ought to keep that. We might ought to keep that out and play with it. There's something stuck to the bottom of that. That's a poinsettia. Another leaf. What's this? Deer horns. They stay. says the redneck woman. They stay. Look at there. There's a little bitty die cut. There's some more of that purple stuff. Okay, what's that? Those, I believe, those are, I don't know what those are. Yes. Okay, all of this stays. stays, 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 stays. My Christmas tree stays. My bird stays. That one stays. I think I'm gonna let this big cherry blossom go because I kept the little cherry blossom. Yeah, there's the little one. I'm gonna let the big one go. That one stays. And I have these cherry blossoms. Yeah, that one goes. That one stays. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing that y'all don't know. Y'all don't know is I have a drawer full of the clear ones. These are just the wooden ones. I have a drawer full of the clear ones. The one with the lines. I just the wavy lines or the wavy lines or the straight lines. There's one with straight lines too. Hold on. Look, Dorita, Anitra. Look. Somebody just recently sent me this. I really like this one. So anyway, and this one is going to go. I don't think I'm ever going to use it ever. Like in my long-legged life, I don't think I'm ever going to use it. So this one stays. It's baby Jesus. This one can go. It's candy cane. I like the wreath. It'll stay. What's that? I like my to and from. I use it a lot. These right here are little boxes. They're stamps, but they make little frames. I don't know. My praying hands with Jesus, they would stay. My L will stay. O L. Nah, shame on you, Cindy. Shame on you. That little girl, she's adorable. I know she's adorable. She's just as cute as a frog in water, ain't she? But y'all want me to tell you how many times I've stamped with her? Maybe once. Maybe once. She'll go. No, I'm not going back through them. I love you very much. That's I have a stack over here that is for April, not April Juju, April vintage Juju, vintage bougie vintage. Look, ain't it pretty? It's a wedding. Oh goodness, did I have two of those? No, I just had one very similar. Okay, that'll go. Okay, look, another pocket watch. I have two of them. If I was nice, that would go. If I was nice, I'd offer to put one of them in, wouldn't I? I'll tell y'all like I tell Dave every time. Look at the birdies. Y'all know I like birdies. I never claimed to be nice. Never. I like the owl. There's some more of those little thingamabobs like that. Okay. You add sweetness to my life. There's a little fall leaf. Hmm. You know what? I don't think I'll ever use that. And the reason I say that is because I like to take my watercolors and put fall leaf colors down and on it, and then cut them out with my die cutting machine because I have a fall leaf die cut. What's that? Oh, that's some more of that purple stuff. Okay, these. So these and these. All my things like this. Yeah, that goes up in there. My to and my from, my L. Those are little tags. Okay, that one, I kept that one. I put another one out. Girlfriend, I think I'm having a hot flash. The wedding people. Okay, all of those will stay. They can stay in this bucket. We'll put that back in there and that back in there. And this one back over here. All those will stay. Okay, nothing. will go. Now, if I was really going to be ruthless, I would go through. I would go through my plastic ones, but it ain't happening. So all of this will go in the next sale. Even those little taggy things will go. And all of that right there will go. Yep, that'll go. That made that drawer a whole bunch lighter. A whole bunch lighter. Let's see if we can do this or not. Is this the one? Nope, that's not the one. Is this the one? oh, oh yeah. I just remembered something. So this, this is the plastic ones. What I call the plastic ones. They're not really plastic. What are they? I don't know. They're the clear stamps. So some of these are brand new. I've not opened them. This is a rubber stamp, but I use that a lot on my gel plate. Look at the kitties, mushrooms, doggies, ladies. Those are from Dollar Tree. The little houses. But when I pull this out, we've got ephemera, like it looks like bills of sale and stuff. That. All of that. And it really needs to go right back here instead of there. So I have these things. They have a file system, okay? But what I just did made that really full. Okay, so that's going to go. No, these are not going to go. Even though I don't use them that much, they are great on my gel plate. This one right here is going to go. I like my Chinese words. I keep all of them. And I like my Chinese ladies. I keep them and my Chinese symbols. But they need to go in a different drawer than this. Okay, and then I have that. It's a background stamp. I don't like it. That's trash. Oh, I just moved the trash can out of the way. I'm like, where's the trash can? I just moved it. So these drawers are real bad about catching stuff. So catching things. So anyway, so I wonder, now that I've got all that out of the way, if this can sit like that. But I've got, okay, I want all of these to go down here with the other wooden one. Here, that little spoon is going to go in there. It's a rubber stamp. They just don't have a wood block. Hold on, I got some more down here that needs to go up in here. Okay, here we go. Okay. All of these are all. Emma, look, Doretha. Doretha's she's gonna get mad at me here. No, not Doretha. Anitra. Anitra's gonna get mad at me here in a minute. Keep telling her to look. So I had two of the wooden pocket watches, and then I've got these pocket watches. Those are words. This is a puzzle. You know what? You're a piece of God's perfect plan. Jesus is the piece. I don't think I'll ever use that, so it's going. That's a Dollar Tree stamp. What are these? Oh, I love these lady ones. Lady. Oh wait, do I have more than one of these? Hold on, hold on. Happy, hello. Yeah. Okay, I have all of those words. And then I have this. It's cute. I really like that right there. I'll put all those in there. And that's Tim Holtz. It has a stencil in it and then the stamp. And then I have these deer and rabbit and stuff like that. I'm not sure about this one. It's going to be a maybe to go. And that one there is going to be a maybe to go. This one here is going to be a keep. It's a Tim Holtz. And this one is a Tim Holtz. It's going to be a keep. Okay. Oh, hey, hold on. Let me make sure I got all of my plastic stamps right there. Yes, yes, indeed, we did, okay? Oh, yeah, that was good. Okay, we need one more tub to go back in there. Oh, there it is. That's it. Okay, there. We're good. I think those three. You know what? Before we get done, let's just flip through these back things right here. Okay, I can tell you right now. Okay, I like that one. I don't care for that. That don't go with that. Looky there, Anitra. Look at that. Oh, it's 103. Okay, honey. There's another notebook thing. Okay, the stone one can go. I don't use it. What is this one? Oh, that's another background. I like the bubbles. They stay. That can go. Not sure what's in here. This needs to go probably in here. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Those are. Oh, that all said background. There's some more words, some more alphabet, and alphabet. Those are two different alphabets, numbers and words. I think we're going to put those words in. Okay. All of those are going to go. So I'm going to show y'all what's going and what's going to stay. Now this will all be in next Monday night sale, okay? And next Monday night we won't be rushing because I have to go to church. Although I should go to church, but there will be nobody at the church. Okay, here we go. I need, okay, all of this needs to go in here. It all stays with me. All my Chinese symbols and all that. This one, this here, I'm going to keep it here because I know that's where it always is, and that's where I always look for it. So, okay, all of that's going. Okay, are we good? We're good. Shoot. There we go. What is that? Oh, that's my purple ink. There we go. Now, if we could just be that ruthless about everything else, we'd have it made. Well, we might. Okay, that went. I used Boston. Did I put that tree in there? I did. Don't take it out, Cindy. Don't take it out. There we go. All of these background stamps. Yep, they all going. That little bitty thing goes on. It fell out of that. That rock fell out, didn't it? Yep, some of those rocks come out. I see. Okay, there we go. Words. That one there, that mandala. It's pretty, but I just don't have no use for stamps that big. I mean, I love them. Now, it was a gift, but it was a gift given with no strings. The deer. That one's hard for me because I'm always thinking, oh, you'll make some pretty fall cards, but I don't think I will. I do want to see what these stamps look like, though. I've never seen this stamp, this company. Here, okay, you're going to be difficult, aren't you? So it's just got a color view of what the stamps look like. These stamps have never been used. They've never been pulled off of this. Those are nice. Those are really nice. Yeah, they've never been pulled off of that. That's nice. Okay, so those are gone. Yep. So I was watching something the other day that has made me think that I need to be more mindful about the things I'm saving and keeping because they were cleaning out. I was watching. What is his name? Are you feeling bad, Juju? You need medication? I think she's talking about she needs medication because of all that she has or something like that. All she's saving. Anyway, that'll be a bunch of nice stamps to go in the auction next week. Anyway, so I was watching Midwest Mike. Is that his name? Midwest Mike, the guy that goes in and cleans up hoarders' houses. That puzzle stamp is neat, isn't it? Yeah. It's brand new too. It I'll keep the wrong one. Here, it has verses that go with it. It says, Jesus is the peace that holds all things together. Jesus loves you to pieces. You're a piece of God's perfect plan. Then it has little puzzle pieces. It has one all together, and then it has little individual pieces. It's cute. This is a May May. This is a May May says. May May. Do y'all ever watch May May? May May, do you ever watch her? I watch her sometimes. Not very often, but every once in a while. Yeah. Oh, from watching me get rid of stamps? Sorry. Anyway, so I was watching this guy, Midwest Mike, I think is his name. He goes in and cleans up hoarder's house, and he went to this lady's house, and he says she was a hoarder, and she had things that were, and her family after she died, she while she's alive, she kept everything all nice and neat, but after she died, her family didn't care, and they just let it all go, and it was just like, and then the people they just left the house, moved out, and sold the house, and the people that bought the house was not interested in any of it, and so they're just like just come in and shovel it out and take it to the garbage, and collecting all of this lady's collecting all of her clothes. She liked to watch. It was obvious that she loved to shop on Home Shopping Network. She had beautiful clothes, beautiful purses, and they literally shoveled it up and took it to a big dumpster, and it went out. And I thought, you know what? If I die, there's nobody at my house that's going to be interested in any of this, and it'll literally just be shoved in a trash can and taken out. So if I'm not using it, then it needs to go to places where it can be used. And that's why, guys, when I sell this stuff, there's probably not one set of stamps in there that'll sell over $5. No. They'll be super cheap, anywhere usually from $1 to $3. But every once in a while, some of the great big ones will go for 5. But that's why I sell them cheap, because I'd rather them go to somewhere where they can be used than to be right here and somebody throw it in the trash. You know, I don't want nobody throwing my guys. So I mean, and I'm not trying to be fatalistic. I'm fixing to be 60 years old. So the chances of me dying include getting a lot of this mess cleaned out. I have told my people that when I die, to contact my family about my jewelry. So I don't have like big name brand jewelry, but I do have a lot of silver stuff that is like I have a white buffalo ring. I have a lot of abalone and stone stuff. Yeah, I've told everybody, contact my family and say we're so sorry that Miss Cindy died, but hey, you want to sell us her jewelry? I'll tell my people, don't be offended. And I've told my mama if I die before her, she needs to make sure that they don't throw my things away. So, but my mama is in the same situation. We're in the same situation. My mom has enough fabric that her giving me 3 boxes of fabric, big boxes of fabric 2 weeks ago, did nothing to it. Literally nothing to it. My mom has one room that's wall to wall fabric. Yeah. So I was like, Mom, there's no way I can keep it all. I said, first of all, I don't have room for it. And she told me, we talked just the other day. We talked about who I'm supposed to contact first about the fabric. So, yeah. So, when my great grandma's house caught on fire, we, and my dad and them went in and cleaned up everything. They're throwing things away. And literally, as somebody pitched a book into the garbage can, money flew out of it. And they'd already had one dumpster dumped that they'd thrown all these books and stuff in. After that, they started watching books and they found over $3,000 in cash. And there's no telling how much they threw away because they didn't think to look in her books. My grandmother was a hoarder, big time. My great grandma, and my great aunt, they were hoarders. I have some beautiful. Let me see if I can see if it's still here. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Hold on. I know where it is. I have some beautiful turquoise. Well, it's not real turquoise. Some of it is real turquoise, but not all of it. But I had some beautiful faux turquoise that I got from my great aunt's house, my great grandma's house. When they died, my great uncle's wife was Native American, and so they were always buying stuff. And I have a beautiful cuff that sits on my wrist like this. It's too heavy for me to wear, but it's also from my great uncle, so it don't go nowhere. It stays right here. I thought it was right here, but I may have picked it up and took it back to my room. For a long time, it sat in here on my cabinet. But yeah, I have some real pretty turquoise pieces that came from them. So yeah. Anyway, what is it about? What is it about us? What is it about paper crafters that almost leads to hoarding? What is it about it? What do you think it is about paper crafting that leads to hoarding so bad? There it is. There it is. I knew it wasn't in my room, but I just didn't know where it was. So I have this and I have a matching pendant. Y'all have seen this before. It's not real turquoise. It is real stone. It's either dyed howlite or dyed magnesite, but it's not turquoise. Almost. Because we see everything. Isn't it pretty? It's beautiful, but it's so heavy. So heavy. Even the pendant is really heavy. So I don't hardly wear them, but they were Uncle Wayne's. I can't get rid of them. Um, there ain't no markings on them. Anyhow, it is. We do. We see everything that we look at. So I've been watching this girl on Facebook. I get hung up in Facebook Reels, y'all. If you don't, more power to y'all. But I get hung up in Facebook Reels. Hold on, let me turn my volume down. Trying to find her. I should be able to find her right away because I watch a bunch of her. Something Moon. Something Moon. What is her name? Moon something. You would think she'd be right here. I've watched 101. And then I watch those stupid mukbangs. Y'all watch those and I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. Those stupid mukbangs. Oh my gosh. I'd kill somebody if they sat and slurped like that sitting beside me while I ate. I mean, I'd go to prison. I would. Oh, there she is. Megan in the Moon. And she uses more trash in her little journals than I've ever seen anybody. But they're so cute. Anyway, Megan in the Moon. And I like them because they're real quick and I watch them real fast. Anyway, yep, she does. So now she's got me wanting to make a really, really junky journal, a real junky one. So anyway, but yeah. So guys, I've been here a couple hours. We've visited. Y'all seen all my stuff that I've showed. Did you see my this? She's the one that gave me the idea about making this. Megan in the Moon was. um, here. It starts right here. You glue all your papers on your oops. You put all your papers on your tape to make your thing, make your thing. And so some of it you need to add extra glue. Anyway, yep, yep. She's where I got that idea. So anyway, which the naval jet interference. So um yeah. And I love making stuff like this, but then I think, why did I make that? Am I going to use that? I have a whole roll, like two whole rows of snippets that I made with fabric. Do I use them? No, no, I don't. Anyway, it is what it is. I get stuck on things, y'all know. You know, I get stuck on things. I do love my little dragonfly. She's cute. Those little wings were fun. She's got gold marker, dragonfly glaze paint on her, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I likes it. Anyhow, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad y'all all came. I'm excited. Tell me, I want honest opinions, okay? Do y'all feel? And first of all, I want you to always know there is never any pressure to buy from me. I love when y'all come and hang out with me on the nights I'm having sales. I love it. But you should never feel pressured to buy from me, first of all, okay? But do you like it better, this format where I'm only going to do 2 sales a month? Do you like that format? Or do you miss me having the sale every week? Okay. Look, 1989, neighborhood store. Your neighborhood store, affiliated food stores. That's cool. Let's see how much meat costs. Fryer leg quarters, 39 cents a pound. Sliced bacon, 1 pound for $1.19. That is Price Saver brand. But beef patties, a 5 pound package for $8. Those were the days, weren't they? Those were the days. So you like this way? You like this way? I like it too. I'm enjoying it. It's already making I feel like it's making a huge difference in my mental, in my health, in my mental health, and my just my altogether well-being. I didn't get up this morning panicking because, oh my gosh, I gotta get ready for a sale tonight. I got up and panicked because, oh my gosh, my husband's sick. But other than that, so yeah, I do like it. But also, I don't feel that stress, and then I won't have all the week of packing up packages and shipping and all that. I'll have a week of working on getting fabric ready. But anyway, but see, I would have had to do that anyway. But but also, um, yeah, it's just better. So, oh yeah, they called him in a script. It'll be ready tomorrow. He's got probably a UTI. If not, he's got some kind of infection. He ran some fever, so the antibiotic will help, whatever it is. So anyway, I make sure Dave sees a doctor. I wait till I'm on death's door till we go to the doctor. Actually, I have to go to the doctor not tomorrow, but next week. I have to go see the heart doctor. He's not seen me in a year and 6 months. I was supposed to come back in 6 months, but his office is one of those that they tell you, no, don't make the appointment, we'll make it. So they didn't ever call and make me an appointment, so I didn't go. So now it's been a year and 6 months. I guess he decided I waited too long. Anyway, I feel good. I'm not having any kind of heart issues. So anyway, my heart races, but there ain't a whole lot they can do about it. My pacemaker won't stop that. So, but it's not AFib. It's just my heart racing. So anyway, okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I thank you all for being here. I love and appreciate everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to go check on my sweetheart, and I'm going to go sit in my chair, and I need to play all my games that I need to make sure I check in on so I don't lose my momentum. I play game. Did y'all know I play games? I do. I play games. I play something dominoes. I play spades, and I play bingo. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful night. Be blessed. Love you. See ya around the tube tonight. Are you coming on later, Juju? Are you coming on? I'm gonna say to see if Juju's coming on later tonight. If so, I'll see you over there. So have a good one. Bye bye.